I played Asugi's Naoto, one of the best Naotos in Europe, ranked number 21, and it's not hard to see why. This guy will hit you with merely a jab and you instantly get put in the corner into Naoto's extremely scary pressure. This makes playing against Asugi a nightmare, but also very tense and fun, so I hope that you guys enjoyed these matches. Yo, what is up people, and welcome to some Blazblue footage, me against Asugi. I played him a ton recently and his Naoto is incredibly scary, so yeah, thought these were fun games. Enjoy. Yeah. My matchup against Naoto, it's actually kind of argued to be Naoto favored, because the moment he gets in, Mai has very little solid defensive options out. So yeah, that's my main goal. As long as I control the neutral and just poke him out with my big stick, I'm fine. But at some point, I feel like I kind of got to hit the guy, and then he does some random ass 6D like that, and I get fatal countered, and I have to burst to not absolutely die. Oh yeah, that's another pretty huge part about the matchup. Now it's just 2C. Pretty decent for anti-airing, so yeah, if you're predictable as Mai, it's just like, yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, I tried to like flip out, but the Rekka was just so tight that it probably just caught my down input there. And yeah, he kept things pretty tight. Cause I'm gonna be real, I'm off mashing a bit too much. There I backdashed on the Rekka. The second hit of the Rekka is actually punishable. If you try to mash and he gets the third hit, he does get a massive fatal counter. So there's a bit of a risk there, but backdash is not really the play there. Anyway, he hits me with a couple random moves, but he just can't convert. That's like kind of now there's one flaw, unless he has meter. Converting out of the air is pretty difficult for him. Anyway, there he does hit JD, but like I just barrier. JD is a really good move to close the distance, but like it's not really plus a lot of time. Anyway, there we got a pretty good 2C, and I spent the meter because the thing against Naoto is that I just want a solid knockdown. I don't really, I really like save jumps against DP characters, so they can just brainlessly mash it. There we got a pretty decent dive, and yeah, that was a little awkward, but good 5A, I guess. It was a Scott situation, and I'm pretty sure he just wanted to press DP there. However, yeah, we got lucky there a bit, possibly. 5D is just not the play in scramble situations like that. Ooh, I could have done a upwards dive there to convert the spear. That's one thing I kind of like, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword in the matchup. Also, I didn't tech, so I take massive damage. Make sure to tech the Naoto's DP. But yeah, this is what I mean, like, when you whiff spear like that, it's so dangerous, because Naoto just corners you and now you're suddenly fucked. Anyway, I got really lucky there with my 2B. He kind of spaced himself oddly, and he had dang near had burst. However, I was like, okay, I have the meter, I'll just instantly spend it so he can't burst. And we took the first round like that, but it was incredibly close.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action.
Okay, so there we got some good old Blazblue jumping. That said, I tried a JC and he air threw. Air throwing is a bit faster. Somehow didn't convert, and he has a good OD. So, ooh, wow, I was nasty there. What the fuck? That's a pretty good 204C, but I didn't really capitalize on the hit properly. Oh my gosh, huge fatal counter. But okay, I just choked that combo. You should, if you already committed to a follow-up after 5C, then you try to do the 2v6A as close as possible, and then you can still 5A for a combo. Oh my gosh, huge flip. That is one thing about Naoto 6A. It's like 24 frames, so if you predict it, flipping out is a decent option against it. I'm not sure if it's the best. I should maybe try pressing 5A, like, in a worst case scenario. Okay, there we go, punish finally. Oh, okay. Whiff cancels are so bullshit. I didn't hit the first one on Phantom Pain there. Phantom Pain is invulnerable against anything but lows. As you kinda see there. And then I whiff cancel, but yeah, if he does Phantom Pain randomly neutral as I whiff cancel and he gets the enhanced Phantom Pain, which you get after a dash. And he just hits me for a massive combo and I'm back in the corner because everything Naoto does just is like, lol, you're cornered. Anyway, we kind of restrict his movement there. That is the nice part about this matchup though. You do have solid tools to kind of claim space. Okay. The reason why he couldn't hit me there with Phantom Pain and he didn't go for it is because after 236A, you sometimes are just too far away for the follow to hit. So let's say he did go for it, I would just 5C fatal counter him. So that's good awareness by him. And anyway, I got hit by a 2D there. Getting hit by Drive moves by Naoto is super bad. You should take 4K at that point in the corner. There, I didn't convert properly. He reacted to, or like predicted my 236A. Very unfortunate. A little bit of a scuffy brawl we got going on here. Okay, I double flip, trying to kind of jill, maybe get out. However, he did Rekka without doing any RC, so we take that. That's just straight up my turn back. Unless he did like DP RC after, that's like the one way. If you don't immediately RC. Anyway, massive aerial conversion here. This is why Naoto with just a bit of meter is so scary. He'd probably try to 5E for a combo there. However, the reset actually did work out because let's say he did go for a full combo. I would have just got him burst back and then we would have reset. However, reset to neutral. However, the throw made it so I just took that 1.5k damage immediately, and I had no option left, really. I didn't have a conversion there, but the reset ended up working out pretty well, and I actually went for like the correct route this time after 6 PA. I don't often do that. Anyway, huge burst by Asugi. Please say I got this? Yes, okay, I'm not. Oh, I don't! Sad. I am trying to get some better combos if I land 5C in the air. What you can do with Mai is do 5C CA, which is like the bull bash looking move. Okay, I got that combo. And then you can micro dash 5C CA again, and the combo is like 4k damage. And I get high 3k damage now when I land 5C airborne, but you straight up can get damn near fatal counter damage if you land 5C in the air. It's crazy. In the next couple days you'll see me do it for sure, but for now that's not the case. Anyway, I kind of jumped there on pressure. I think what I should do a bit more is I should try to stagger Naoto a little more. Asugi kind of often is either super patient or mashes out. And I'm pretty sure he might be using Barrier OS. So maybe I should like kind of try to bait TRM a bit too. The Barrier OS, by the way, is pressing ABC plus backwards, then you get Barrier. And if your opponent tries to throw, you also throw. However, the main flaw with that, okay, quick burst. You want to take a massive damage and we've got so much momentum. We're better off playing neutral. But the Barrier OS, one major flaw is if your opponent just kind of stands there for a bit, you cannot tech throws for a long time. Okay, anyway, I got a good hit in. Get the pressure. However, I kind of back off. This is something I should... This is a bad habit that I have against characters with DPs. I'm just kind of scared of the DP. Kind of getting rid of all my momentum. Do I have to run? Oh, so close. Do I burst here? No, I don't. Oh my gosh, the reset. No! Please. Why didn't I burst? I just needed a little bit of chip damage. And this is what I mean. I had to use the barrier OS there. And I was a little greedy there. And oh no, wait. No, wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is the weakness of the barrier OS. If you do it and your opponent is like a little bit patient on their throw, you get throw reject miss. Which means that even if you tech the throw theoretically, the game is like, oh, lol, no. Oh, my game just crashed. Okay, so for some reason, whenever I try to record one particular replay, my game just crashes, so we'll have one replay less, whatever. Anyway, once again, that's what I mean when you use the Phantom Pain a little long. When you go for Troop 6A and do the follow-up, like Mike can just punish you. I could have probably punished even better, but it's a little hard to react to. It doesn't often happen, so I'm not necessarily used to it. Anyway, some basic stagger pressure up now, so after there's 5A, he does have a A-hit follow-up, and that makes staggering for him, like, so powerful. Well, it's not the only thing. What the fuck was that rapid cancel? I'm not sure what I tried to do there. What the heck? Anyway, this is the main thing that I kind of try to do against Naoto, jump out, but Asugi is pretty experienced in the matchup, I feel, because, gosh, he knows how to keep me cornered. And not a lot of people are good at that. This is partially a player matchup thing. Do I get the combo? No, I do not. Okay. What you should kind of do there if you land 236A, 236C, like the spear dive right there, from very far away, is you should try to do a 5C. It's not the optimal combo usually, but right there, depending on the distance it is, what the heck was that trade? That looked so funky. And yeah, this is another good thing. Like usually after burst, my can 236B and threaten tipper. However, Naoto Phantom Pain just goes straight through.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
So that's mad unfortunate in the matchup. Like, this is another pretty good way that Naoto has of countering something Mai likes to do. Not a character exclusive thing to it, but still a super strong thing. Anyway, this is kind of the matchup sometimes. You just jump back and stare at each other for a couple minutes. I got a kind of lucky dive there. If I went for the follow-up, I could have gotten a backdash, but didn't react in time. Anyway, we got a good 236A. 236A is pretty strong in the matchup, I'd say. Naoto doesn't have a very good mid-range button. He's mainly just a close-range fighter. So, if you space well, the situation after 236A, you're only -4. So, you're pretty advantaged in a way. It's not a rare thing in my matchups to be somewhat advantaged if you space 236A well. Anyway, this is one of my poor habits that Asugi exposes. I like to hold tech. Well, I don't necessarily like it, but I just do it. And if you just land a random air hit on me, sometimes you just... Oh wow, nice dive. But if you just land a random air hit on me and then don't convert with a double jump left, I will tech away from you. And I'm not ready for people to air pro me after. Yeah, once again, a throw eject miss. I pressed the barrier OS way before I was knocked down, so the game was just like, nope. You're getting thrown, bitch. That's also a somewhat poor habit that I have. I'll try to fix it. Like, I use the barrier OS sometimes to just get up, because the teching in Blazblue, it's kind of infamous for being really hard. After you've got like 400 hours like me, you're fine. But yeah, the barrier OS is not always the right thing. Sometimes you should just barrier or just press a button to do a quick get up. And there, I kind of baited the DP, but the situation after is pretty decent. I tried to somewhat stagger, but he jumped out, and look at this. I'm not quite sure what that DP was about though, and I will just be like, haha, lol. I'm getting the Astral. This is what you deserve for every time you whiff a DP, dude. DPs plus RC are so cringe, dude. And I say this as someone who's pocketed Naoto for a while, you know? Like, it's so cringe. You deserve to get Astral every time, honestly, even at full health. Very hot take, I know.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
And just some typical route start stuff happening. Like, I like jumping against Naoto. Naoto is worst in the air. He didn't quite get it correctly there, and airborne hits from Mai are just so powerful. Like, you get a high 3k damage on both 5B and 5C. And this was bad, unfortunate to see. Asugi is so strong executionally. So seeing that made me feel better about my own Naoto. Like, okay, he's pretty much the best Naoto that I know. So if even he does a random DP fuck up, maybe my Naoto, if I decide to play him more sometime, can be better. Anyway, huge combo. Until I dropped it anyway. And this is another pretty solid card. Like, not necessarily about the Naoto Mai matchup, but just against Mai in general. Sometimes just flying right into her is really powerful, because unless she's super ready, because you have to 2C very far in advance. Yeah, my bad habit coming through here again. But unless you're super ready with 2C, then claiming your turn back against Mai is somewhat free. The thing about Mai's 2C is that it has a very large hurt box, because it's a very large hitbox. It's absolutely ginormous. Like, I'm not gonna defend that move, but it's compensated by the fact the hurt box is about as big. This was such a whack confirm, by the way, but it was also a kind of nice reset. However, I cannot fucking do the B follow-up to my spear ever, because he just always DPs me. I don't even throw it out like that often, but the couple times it happens. Okay, that was a whack punish. I'm not even gonna defend myself there. And that was kind of a whack rep too. Like, this was one thing this is kind of the lesson of this set. And against DP characters in general, and this is what I kind of hope to accomplish by commentating my own replay, just see that I am still a bit too much of a pussy against characters with DPs. I try to just back off, because I know if I get hit by a DP and get knocked down, they are going to get pressure, and I'm not the greatest player against pressure, but instead I just give my pressure up. Like, I should really give them more of a reason to even DP in the first place. Right now, I wouldn't quite say Asugi feels terribly scared to mash on my pressure, because I just keep it so safe all the dang time. And you saw that, because the reason I got even out here in the first place is because I hesitated for a long time, and that made him do a Rekka, which got him in a huge hit that got me in the corner, and at some point even that. By the way, sexy combo. Being able to defy Smasher to another super like that is so cool. Naoto is so cool. That's just my opinion, though. I know there are some Naoto haters in the EU server, but like, don't we hate every character sometimes? Anyway, huge hit, but I wasn't quite ready. I'm not sure if I could have gotten a combo from that, but I believe I could, because Feisty Fatal Stun is so damn huge. And this is another pretty, like, huge thing. Even if Naoto does get a air hit without meter, like, just getting that knockdown on my is already quite nice. Even though it's not the most damage ever. 2 that 8k is still pretty solid.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action.
Alright, and this is another thing that I'm kind of trying to experiment with in the matchup versus Rushdown characters. Just kind of trying to run under them and position myself really well when they try to jump in. Because at the end of the day, that is the thing that matters most against Rushdown characters. Positioning. Because, especially as you are not the Rushdown character. You are the one that does the zoning. You're the one that controls the mid-range and the long range, even somewhat. You know, Spear, like I said, it does have some tremendous weaknesses in this matchup. Anyway, there I got him to TP, but I didn't block because, lol, imagine blocking this cringe. And this is one thing I got caught by so often at Rekka. The thing about Naoto's Rekka, after basically any of his drive buttons, right, is that it's kind of gapless, and unless he does Rekka, pretty much everything else has a gap. However, yeah, I suppose I just disrespected a good chunk. Anyway, I'm starting to detect that DP finally. A little bit of a whack combo. I'm pretty sure you don't want 6p there. Also a whack combo on my side. That was just a odd hit. Sometimes I'm mashing stuff and I don't even know, like, why the fuck I got that. That's what we call panicking, boys. Anyway, Rekkas and Rekkas with meter are just so scary, so I kind of forced respect here. My bad habit comes through, but he didn't point space himself correctly after the double jump, so I got out. Anyway, I have the meter here to... I have a lot of pressure going, and that worked out pretty well for me, and I believe this should be a kill. Yeah, okay. Good stuff, me. Pat on the back there. Make sure to give yourself a pat on the back sometimes, my guys. Because, like, sure, Asugi is kind of establishing dominance for a lot of the round, but sometimes I do things right. And those things that I do right in a matchup, like, if I do those more, then... Oh, wow. Huge. Yeah. But if I do the things that I do right in a matchup more, like, I could just maybe get more consistent wins against them. Right now, I'm just mainly taking rounds. And that tech, by the way, those resets are so dirty. Like, you saw me being like, okay, wow, he had a huge reset there. I think that I'll... Wow, I had a massive brain fart. He had a huge reset there. I think that I'm just gonna hold my tech buttons. And then he predicted that. And then I didn't do it. And then he predicted that again. So, I don't know. That's a reset points feel pretty strong, actually. But, yeah, maybe that's just a skill issue. Anyway, I didn't block the most basic mid there. You should kind of always as my block. The 5A. He can't throw or something, but yeah. Anyway, this is what happens when you fail to block any form of mids whatsoever. He's just perfect too, because at the end of the day, now it's just mostly just mids, right? Okay, that was a really poor spear dive. What the fuck? I'm trying to kind of barrier him out a bit though. That is one of the main forms of counterplay against Naoto, but one thing that does get me hit a bit is that I'm trying to instant barrier block, right? And I am kind of bad at instant blocking. Like, I'm almost positive that for example, was trying to barrier block, but I might have just gotten a button there, something like that. I can assure you that I was not mashing in that situation, but maybe it's just that I sometimes press down plus the barrier OS. Anyway, those were my games. I had one more, but I guess the freaking game just feels like crashing after. Good games to Asugi. Really cool Naoto. I'm gonna look at these replays and definitely challenge him sometime again when I reevaluate my game plan. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and goodbye.